I'm going to go ahead and kill that MVD cam for a variety of reasons. But the most important one is because I said so. But here we go, guys. We got Kimi and we got Goa or Goal. And I'm going to try not to scream that out too many times if he makes a few frags here. But we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to be having Kimi on the red armor with Goa down below with a little bit of LG. He's going to be popping up, and they're both going to be leaving that fight. So hopefully Kimi can go back and get himself at least a railgun. Looking for that mega health as well. And Goal was actually in a pretty decent spot to get that. But man, the damage coming out of him. The red armor, the mega, absolutely gone with a couple facefuls of rockets there as Goal takes the lead here. And again, my brain is just doing like double backflips every time I see that name. But now he's got a little bit of a frag advantage, but hasn't really been carrying that momentum so far. He's got red armor stacked up. It's going to be a few more seconds until Mega comes up, and I just realized that's one thing I didn't do is get item timers on. But maybe we'll just have to think with our brains today. But 3 frags up here for Goal so far. He's going to have the chase down on Kimi. He's going to be face down in the lava, but he's going to have to leave it. A lot of shaft coming out of Kimi, as he's going to be able to get a little bit more health down there by the RA. Let's go ahead and see if he actually got that pickup. We've got Goal down to only 100 health and yellow armor. And Kimi's finally getting stacked back up here. He, at the very least, has been managing to avoid some of these fights and try to get stacked back up. He's done enough damage to make Goal's priorities a little bit different here. But still, when it comes down to the fights, Kimi's still taking a lot of damage. Regardless, he's able to finally take a first frag there. Let's see if he can get a quick one on there, not on the red armor at least. So he's going to be chasing a little bit here. He doesn't really have anything else to really follow up with. He can get a quick switch to maybe LG. He's going to go for Plasma instead. Can't quite finish him. He's going to back off for that 50 health, looking for maybe red armor down below. It's going to be coming up here in a few seconds. This is going to be spamming off on the teleporter exit. Nice LG, but this is a fight that's really risky to stay in. But he's managed to bring it back up here, 2-3. But now he's in real dire straits, and yeah, Goal can immediately dive down for that red armor, but ends up jumping over it. Oh, I love those hitboxes. All right. So this is nice. I mean, Kimi is trying to set a pace here and not allowing Goal to find too many easy fights. And that was a nice little surprise through the teleporter that'll tie it back up 3-3. Kimi's still relatively low on rockets. Haven't really seen him pull out too many rails just yet here. Doesn't really want to drop down for that ammo. Mega's going to be picked up here, but he's going to be out of rockets completely. There's another 5 over by the YA. He's going to drop down and get both red armor and yellow. But again, when it comes to the fight, he doesn't really have a lot of ammo to do anything with unless he switches to some close-range rails. He's going to do a little bit more with Plasma. Not quite going to finish him. And this is where he's maybe getting a little bit too greedy. He really wants this frag. He knows he has a stack, but he's leaving his position open in order to try to make that happen. He's finally got some rockets down to 6 health. No armor left for him. But it's going to be Kimi getting knocked on down there. 3-on-4 now. Oh, and that's going to be 3-on-5 as Goal picks up a nice rail. And that's one thing that Kimi really hasn't been doing a whole lot of so far. Oh no, get out of the lava. Yeah, they got 2-on-5. Yikes. Say goat. Is it really pronounced goat? GoaLitiuM is pronounced goat? Well, I agree. Goat would be easier to pronounce. I just want to be right. I'm trying to get into the habit of caring about being right or wrong. It's been difficult, so bear with me. All right, but we got goat here. I'm going to go ahead and stick with it. If I'm being trolled, that's okay. It's easier on my tongue. It's going to be a long night for that anyway. Nice rails coming out of goat. It's going to make things 6-on-2. And again, Kimi's been doing fine avoiding some of these fights, getting stacked up, and then going for it. But then once he makes that kind of shift in his mind from defense mode to offense mode, he never quite shifts back. And right now he doesn't really have a lot of room for decisions either. He's down to 25 health, not a shred of armor to be seen. He's finally going to be able to pick up red armor. Interesting that Goat wasn't there to kind of put the aggression on him. Now that he's fully stacked up, he can certainly go on the hunt with a little over half of the match left to go. Okay, everybody's confirming Goat. Thank you. Well, then he should spell it that way. All right, 7-on-2 here. And yeah, Goat's is going hunting right now. And now I have to resist the urge to make goat-related puns. See, this is dangerous, people. All right, Kimi's kind of on tilt here. I really want to see him. I mean, he was able to get the last red armor. He's able to get another one here. But out of the teleporter, he's just immediately facing a lot of opposition. Doesn't really have the weapons to do anything about it and has to keep running. Fortunately for him, he's being chased into health and armors pretty consistently. Nice rails. Finally pulling a few out there, but he can't eat too many more himself. He's got to leave it up. Red armor should be back up. And Goat's going to be the one who can probably get that pickup, but he hasn't really been paying too much attention to it here. He's just been able to dominate based off of the consistency of his shots. But there's red picked up by Kimi. But that does mean that if Kimi could just turn one or two things around, he might be able to catch this back up. He's only given up now 6 frags. He's got plenty of time to catch up. He just needs some weapons here. He still doesn't have rockets. He's got rails. Goat's not quite railable here. And there's another red armor. Again, the reds keep going to Kimi, and it's just amazing that he hasn't been able to do much with it. And he's going to be out of a lot of options here. He's finally got rockets. Not aim just yet. 30 and 30 for him. He's got to leave it up. He can't really put much aggression on that yellow armor, and I'm not sure why he dove down for this red. He's too weak, but it's going to be Goat killing himself there, or at least opening up the frag for Kimi there, making it 5-9. Nice. Now, thank you, Scarecrow. I'm just able to read terrible Goat punts instead of making them. It's very cathartic. It's a good release. So only 4 frags to go. Kimi's still up on 100, 160. His LG is going a little bit wide here. The spam is decent, though, and faces Goat down with the solid one. Is trying to make the chase and needs to back off now. Oh, and Goat is able to recover very quickly and turn that back into a frag for himself. And that has been the story of this entire map. Kimi has the advantage. He pushes it, doesn't quite get the first shots in just right, you know, where he needs to. And then Goat can punish him for that. So 6-11 here, and unfortunately every time Kimi loses one of these fights, it's going to be a long time before he can do it again. He's having to start from square one a lot here. Missed the jump for the yellow armor. Red might be down there. Goat hasn't been grabbing it. He's actually got it right now, and he's going to be chasing down Kimi. He's still trying to make that jump for the yellow armor. And, you know, there's a time in each match where you're like, all right, screw it. I'm not going to be really pulling a victory out of this map, but I might be able to get this jump right. But still, 11-6 and 3 minutes left to go is still entirely doable. It's not time for Kimi to give up just yet. All right, so 2.5 minutes here. Go back up top of the map. Looking for that red armor now. And he's going to get it. He's finally starting to pull a few of these away, which is really bad news for Kimi, actually, because that was the one thing that Goat wasn't doing this entire time, was really controlling any of those major armors. And yeah, when it comes down to the fight, oh, Kimi finally coming out of nowhere. He's able to pull one together, and Goat is completely defenseless, but Kimi just goes for the chase and chases him out of the hidey hole instead. Not going to be able to pressure him that way. He was able to defend the spawn of the yellow armor at least, but now he's taken a lot of damage from the side. And Goat's incredibly close range here. If he can get caught down in the lava, he might be able to pick him back up, but he has to give it up for the red armor. And that's going to slow him down here. I do like that he broke off the fight when he did, though. He didn't push in and get too aggressive on the red armor itself, knowing that teleporter was there. Actually, I haven't seen Kimi go for the mega health in quite some time, so they've been essentially trading megas and reds here. Go down to 60 and 100. Just looking for those shots, but he's going to be out of rockets now, out of rails. He's only got plasma and nades to his name right now. So this is a moment for Kimi to maybe put one together, but Goat's really doing his best to stay out of the line of fire. Taking away that red armor as well. This is not a fight that Kimi should be in. I think he realized that just about now. Nice. Oof. And again, Kimi's just losing out on a lot of these fights. If I can grab some stats here real quick as we enter our last minute. 56% for Goat at least. Not so much for Kimi, and he really hasn't been using them all that much either. So his hits aren't quite there. He's going to try to go for some close-range LG. Can't miss those. Unfortunately, he can miss that that plasma, though, and that's going to be a nice shotgun coming out of Goat, making this one 12-7 as we kind of close things off here. We might have one more frag for the road, but it's going to have to be Kimi putting his wits together for the next map. I'm not sure what he picked just yet, but we're about to find out. And yeah, you can certainly go head-to-head with goats. You just gotta, you know, gotta be able to stand with them. I didn't want to go someplace grony for there. It'll come. I'll warm up. It's been a minute. All right, but there we have it. 12-8, our first round under our belt, and many more to come here. And we've got Kimi with 1 life left alive here on the upper bracket. Let's see what he can do.